in everything that comes to you. You must be wise enough to use it and to see the deeper gifts in them. Even they may shake your house. You must see, you have now, it has been opened up in you, the ability, the discernment, the wisdom to find what is the deeper significance, the hidden vitamins in them, to look and reflect. Sometimes some things may really feel that they strip you down to the chassis of your being, and something inside rise up and say, thank you for that. You see? There's hardly anything. Don't regard anything as a curse. When you know who you are, nothing can hurt you. When you realize who you are, nothing can hurt that. You see, nothing can possess you when you are aware of who you are. Nothing can harm you when you are aware who you are. Yes, some ripples may happen on the surface of your being, in the realm of the body-mind. We may feel things, but even there, you learn, you witness. Even people who intend to harm you. As I've said, the wise person builds a house out of the stones that his enemies throw at him and lives happily in it. Such is the one. You discover how amazing is the power and the presence of God in you. That each thing that you see, sometimes you grow much more powerfully from the seemingly unpleasant experiences than from the honey-flavored experiences. That just makes you weak and dependent and tired and sleepy. No, things happen and they create, even sickness at a deeper level is great healing can bring out of it. You see? But out of our compassion, we pray, please, may you be well, and so on. But while we are praying for the physical well-being of each other, we pray also for their spiritual well-being, for their mental, emotional well-being, for their wisdom expanding, that they grow and they benefit from their illness in ways that, we cannot imagine. Also. Many of you know this, you've been through sicknesses and so, and see that it was a form of healing, a deep healing happened out of that. So change this attitude and see that, wait, God has sent this also. This can also be a gift. But when it comes time for healing, when something has been learned, then it doesn't need to continue. When you've learned a lesson also, you don't need to have the same experience over and over again. It's like it just evaporates because you have used it and got the best out of it. Then it is done, you leave it. We are outgrowing so many things, and you outgrown them, then it's like they stop coming, you see? But if you are not outgrown it, it would feel like those things are still coming at you. There are many bacteria and viruses in the air we move, in the city, even in the countryside is there. If you are fit and well, you don't notice them. But if you are depleted in your energy and down and so on, they zap you more, no? You see? So your strength comes also from your spirit also. The more your mind is empty and clear and full of grace and love, that's a vaccination against a lot of trouble. These things, we are not told enough of it. That just like if you get a cut on your hand, the body wants to heal it. There's something that wants to to restore harmony. To put that at the hand of human beings only is an ignorance. Yes, also God expresses through all the different disciplines. Also, is teaching in accordance to the temperament and ways of human beings. Finds a way to help them along the way. But it can go from a little bit of help like this. Everyone, even in the darkest place, help will come. But as you open up inside, the help can be instantaneous and miraculous immediately also, because your heart is open for that. Something's open for that. You see. So yes, I hear these things. People struggling, but use your struggle. Use your struggle to transcend. When I say it is as though consciousness creates the sense creates the sense of a problem in order to have the experience of transcending it also, to exercise its own power like this. Something in us can do this. We learn, even if you intend not to, you may grow without appreciating your growth. Because we are compelled to grow, to evolve, you see. And some people may seem to change very slowly, you know. And you say, why is this person changing so slowly? You know what? Mind your own business. You don't know what God is doing with them, okay? Like this. And maturing, you see. We, of course, wish, if you are a kind-hearted person, you wish well for everybody, not only the people you know. When you have that universal love in you, then life is showing you her finest performance. You see, when you have that heart, that universal heart quality, life is actually shaped to care for you and to protect you. The nature will protect you. Just like you notice, you go to places and people can testify, you know, wow, this is amazing, you know, how much grace came and so many miracles happen. They're happening also, but now you're open to them. You're open, you're sensitive enough to not shut down your potential and to open up, to be experiencing. And it's very contagious within your own self. The more you begin to recognize that it works, the more it's working and working, and it works, the more it's working and working. You see, you doubt, then you know, your body language change, you start to go a bit fetus-like, you see, and you stop radiating that inner light that is your natural, it is your natural perfume, your natural, you know, climate and environment. The more you discover the truth of yourself and honor it, it's like even your very body becomes more translucent. It becomes more, it's filled with grace. It becomes like light is flowing from it. Your mind doesn't have to be in agreement. Huh? Because for long you've been given such importance, no? He's become a bit of a beast. He says stupid things. You see, you must know the difference between yourself and the mind in whatever stage it may be, you know? Because he can also be elevated. He can be elevated through the gunas. He can be a very sattvic mind also, but still lies within the realm mostly of, you may say, the manifest self. Visible to you, perceivable by you. Whatever is perceivable, know it to be traffic. It's clouds passing. When we know like this, confusion will leave you. Peace will remain undisturbed in you. The joy will remain unpollutable in you. The truth will remain firm in you. Like that. I give simple directions because that is all you need. We don't need to know so many things, because then it turns into a kind of knowledge and the mind claims it. It will not help. Know only sufficiently to cross, to go through this door of nirvana into your own self, if you may say like that. Because I can tell you, you are already that. For some people they say, I don't need to cross, but I'm already in. As Rumi's poems say, you know, the knocking on the door, knocking, tak, 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 let me in, tak, tak, tak. Then the door opens. I have been knocking from inside, they say. It's a beautiful metaphor, a beautiful teaching and revelation. We're knocking on the door whilst we're inside, but we are not aware that we are inside. We're not aware that we are inside. Some delusion has come upon us, and we think we are outside of what truth is, you see. So by knocking earnestly, the door opens. Why did the door open, you see? Who opened it? Grace opens the door. Because with the door being opened, you come to realize where you actually are. This door is a door of discovery. When you discover, you say, but I am already here. You see? It was necessary to knock. It was necessary to see the door open, to actually see your true position, you see. Some can hear these things, they can hear it, it's enough for them. Others will need more and more. At the beginning of the famous book, the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna expounded the sublime and the quintessential truth to Arjuna, but he did not grasp it. So he had to expound more and more and more. Then the world say, thank you for Bhagavad Gita, because Arjuna didn't understand. If it was understood, in 3 sentences would have been finished. But he went on and on and on. And I believe, even at the end of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna did not fully understand. Why? You see? Maybe too much trying to understand at a word level, maybe not sufficiently. Yet he had faith, but that faith still was shared somehow with maybe the mind. Why it did not drop in completely, you see. To the extent that we nurture mind and personhood, that very mind will raise up as reluctance, resistance. It is the carnal mind is directly in resistance to the fullness of truth. You see. But you are in an advantage. You came here, meaning that grace brought you here. Your own beingness came here to discover its own root, its own source. You see. How difficult can it be? It's made clear enough, but some lingering thing in the mind, you're thinking, no, I have got to still attend to the mind first before I get to this. That itself is mind. You see? The thought, yeah, I still have something. I said yesterday, I believe I shared it, no? That, putting so much energy on solving your, personal dilemmas and so on, even a spiritual-minded person is doing this. That and awakening to the truth of yourself are 2 separate matters. Don't think I must first do all these things and clean up everything and then I'll have space for this. Because even while you're getting ready for this, it is really watchable from this. That this illusory, this ghost is doing all these things to discover its true nature. If you had what it takes to see, and you do. So that's a mystery unto itself, that somehow something persists. More and more people are testifying, yes, this I see it's not true, but the delusion and in its effect is still persistent, it's still coming. Yeah. So, but you are the one who sees. You did not come. You are here. You see it's coming. But when it comes, we are giving too much importance to that. Why you give too much importance? Say, well, maybe through conditioning. We're trained to identify with the person for whom this play is going. The person is the so-called victim of these effects of consciousness. But is not the person perceivable also? Is it not the first illusion? So then you have to admit, but yes, it is, it's the person is seen. Then that which perceives the person, is it also a person? Don't answer from here, answer from your looking, see. And it's freed. It's like something rips away, peels away this cataract, of false ideas. And immediately you see. What do you see? Is it an object that you see in this instant? No, it's not an object. Is it the subject that you see? It's not the subject. Beyond the object and subject, a delusion is removed, and it confirms you are here. You are this one. You are the eternal one. This is winning everlasting life also. This is waking up, being rescued from this sea of samsara. That's what it is. That's what it is. When you come to recognize the fullness of your own true silence and effortless being, which has no date of birth, no date of death, nothing like this is on it. He is untouchable, unsplittable, incorruptible, imperishable, indivisible, unborn. You see, no one else has to tell you. You see? Maybe the sage has to remind you, look, oh. And you're looking. Are you looking out? Not with these physical eyes. You're perceiving in the very heart of consciousness. It is so, it is so, it is so. It is so. Then if you cry tears of gratitude that God has opened your real eyes.